Bien, chicos, ahora estamos en capítulo 10.3, chapter 10.3, constructions with C. Okay. So far in chapter 7, if you remember, we learned how to use se as a third person reflexive pronoun. Él se despierta, reflexive verbs. Remember, se despierta, ellos se visten, ella se baña. Se can also be used to form constructions in which the person performing the action is not expressed or is de-emphasized. Let's see how it works. Impersonal constructions with se. A good way to remember impersonal, this is what I used to remember. No? Impersonal means no person. There's nobody doing anything, no subject. For example, in Spanish, verbs that are not reflexive can be used with se to form impersonal constructions. These are statements in which the person performing the action is not defined. Se habla español en Costa Rica. Spanish is spoken in Costa Rica. We don't know who speaks Spanish in Costa Rica. Is a general expression, impersonal expression. Se habla español. So in other words, people in Costa Rica speak Spanish. Se habla. Se hacen operaciones aquí. They perform operations here. Se puede leer en la sala de espera. Se necesitan medicinas enseguida. Bien, atención. Note that the third person singular verb form is used with a singular nouns and the third person plural with plural nouns. In other words, if you see se vende ropa, ropa, the way it's written here, ropa is clothes. That's the translation, but ropa is singular. And so we need to say vende. No venden, but vende. Se vende ropa. In other words, remember the verb gustar, very similar because the subject in gustar is written in the right, at the end, right, to the right. And you conjugate the verb according to the subject, which is normally at the end or right after the verb, not before the verb. So, ropa vende, camisas venden, se venden camisas. Bien. So, shirts are sold here, are sold. Se venden camisas. Okay. Next, you often see the impersonal se in signs, advertisements, and directions. For example, se prohíbe nadar. Nadar is like gustar. Nadar, because it's a verb. Remember, when we use gustar, if you use a verb as a subject, you use gusta, the singular version. Same thing here. Se prohíbe, the third person singular. Prohíbe. Se prohíbe nadar. Bien. Se necesitan programadores. Programadores is plural, so necesitan. They need programmers, ¿no? Grupo técnico. Programadores necesitan. Se necesitan programadores. And here, se entra por la izquierda. Entra. Entrar, to enter. Se entra por la izquierda. Se entra. So here, in this case, por la izquierda is not really a noun or a verb. Por la izquierda, we have this prepositional phrase. Por la izquierda. To the left. To the left, people enter. Yeah, to the left. By using the left side. So, entra. He or she, the conjugation. He or she, entra. Por la izquierda. Okay, now we have se. So far we use the impersonal se. We know how to use the impersonal construction with se. Now we're going to use the se for unplanned events. Yeah, I call this also the accidental se, but this textbook calls it the unplanned events. For example, we're going to use se. Let me explain this formula here. To me, it's easier to use this chart. We're going to use se at the beginning for sure. Then, whoever had the accident or to whom happened this unplanned event, you're going to use as indirect object pronoun. If that happened to me, I use me. If the event happened to you, you use te. If it happened to us, we use nosotros. In this case, nos. Se, nos. But here, the example, se, me. Now we have the verb and the subject. The subject, same thing, like gustar. Remember, the subject goes at the end. La pluma, the pencil, cayó, fell. La pluma cayó on me. In other words, the pencil fell on me. In other words, I dropped the pencil accidentally. It wasn't planned. Bien, implying that the accident or unplanned event is not his or her direct responsibility. Bien, that's how we use it. So we use the se, indirect object pronoun, verb, and subject. Like gustar, very similar. Next page, tenemos página 351. In this type of construction, what would normally be the direct object of the sentence becomes the subject, and it agrees with the verb, not with the indirect object pronoun. Here, again, if you remember how to use gustar, you will remember how to use this construction. Se, for sure. Me, te, le, nos, or les, depending on the pronoun, the verb, any verb, and the subject. The subject goes at the end. La receta, la taza, and el radio is singular. So we say quedó, cayó, o dañó. We can use any verb here. These are only examples. But we use the third person singular because these subjects are singular. Here, las botellas, las pastillas y las llaves are plural. So we use the plural version, the third person plural. Rompieron, olvidaron, perdieron. I'm going to combine some of these randomly to create sentences. Se nos olvidaron las pastillas. Se te dañó la taza. Se les rompieron las llaves, for example. Yeah, that's how we use it. And here, lastly, yeah, we have the verb. These verbs are the ones most frequently used with se to describe unplanned events. Yeah, you will see these verbs in VHL also and in the quiz. Caer, to fall. Caer. Dañar, to damage. Olvidar, to forget. Perder, to lose. Quedar, to be left. You know this verb because of chapter 8. Yeah. Romper, to break. Okay, let's see how we use them. Se me perdió el teléfono de la farmacia. I lost the pharmacist's phone number. Se me. It wasn't planned, it was an accident. Se me perdió el teléfono de la farmacia. Se nos olvidaron los pasajes. We forgot the tickets. Se nos olvidaron los pasajes. Los pasajes subject, olvidaron, plural. In this case, plural, olvidaron. Atención, it says. While Spanish has the verb for to fall, caer, there is no direct translation for to drop. Dejar caer, to let fall, or a se construction is often used to mean to drop. El médico dejó caer la aspirina. The doctor dropped the aspirin. So dejar caer is the translation for to drop. Bien. A mí se me cayeron los cuadernos. I dropped the notebooks. Se me cayeron. Bien, aquí tenemos to clarify or emphasize who the person involved in the action is this contraction commonly begins with the preposition a or a prepositional pronoun. Like gustar, very similar. Al paciente se le perdió la receta. You can say also se le perdió la receta al paciente at the end. Remember, like gustar, a mí me gusta estudiar. You can say also, me gusta estudiar a mí. A ustedes se les quedaron los libros en casa. Or se les quedaron los libros en casa a ustedes. When we need to use this clarification or, prepositional pronoun or construction. When we use le or les. Yeah, because there's more than one possibility, it's better to specify, ¿no? Al paciente, a ustedes, a ella, a Juan, etc. Okay, chicos, I'll see you guys in the next video. We're almost done with chapter 10. Gracias, chao.